Everybody needs money, and all the things that we do is with an intention of making more and more money, because we think that making more money is the only thing that will solve all our financial problems. If you think like that, you would want to watch this full video, because money is a game and there are winners and losers. And if you want to be on the winner's side, you need to know the rules of this game. Hey guys, this is Taresh and this channel is all about personal finance, entrepreneurship, investing and helping you achieve your financial freedom. Now you may think that it is odd that I am calling money a game, but yes, money is a game. There is a goal that we have, there are players, that is us, and there are rules in this money game, and there is a winning side and a losing side in this game as well. So if you want to be on the winning side of this money game, you first need to know what are the rules that you need to follow, that you need to abide by, so that doing small passes you can reach to that goal and score that goal. So let's first determine that what our goal is. Our goal is obviously to be financially free, to live life like we want, not to just live paycheck to paycheck, not be dependent on somebody else, not be in debt when we need money. So all of these things are the goal that any normal person has with his life, with his family's life. So that is our goal, to reach a level of financial independence. So the first rule that you need to follow if you want to win in this money game and if you want to score that goal, the first rule is that choose debt wisely. There is a good debt and a bad debt, and debt is one of the most beautiful financial tools that you can leverage in order to exponentially grow your financial capital. However, if you don't use debt the right way, it can become your worst nightmare. So there is a good type of debt that allows you to build assets, that allows you to get the knowledge that can make you money in the future, for like student loans, mortgage, if you're wanting to build a real estate portfolio. So that type of debt that is for some purpose, that is getting you money in the future, that is helping you achieve your financial freedom, those type of debts are very good, and you need to use them in order to grow your financial capital and reach your financial goals much more quicker. However, credit card debts that are 20%, 25% that you have accumulated by living a lifestyle that you obviously can't afford. You have no plans of paying out that debt. You don't know how much debt you have in the first place, and you have no future plans of how you can tackle that 20-25% debt that is eating you alive, that is eating your financial freedom alive. So your out of control credit card debt, the car loan that you have taken, and you could have managed with a cheaper car, but you wanted the most expensive car that you obviously can't afford. So that is also a bad kind of debt. Then living a lifestyle that you don't need, that you can't afford, buying clothes, going out to movies every day, going out to parties every day, and just living a lifestyle that your budget doesn't allow, just because you have a credit card, just because you have the option of taking debt. You're just trying to live that lifestyle, and when calamity hits, you don't even know that how much you have spent, how to repay that, and you're not able to see any future. So the best way to win in this money game is that use debt wisely. Don't dig up a hole that you can't fill. Don't take out debt that you can't repay. The second rule in this money game is that you need to find the things that make you more happier than spending money. See, it is scientifically proven that spending money makes you happy. It releases feel-good hormones. For example, my job is to edit videos the whole day. I have a $3,000 setup that I use, but if I have the option of getting a $6,000 setup, obviously I will feel very good if I go out to buy clothes every day, if I buy new shoes every day, if I go with friends to party every day, if I go to the movies every day. All of these things will make me very happy. However, this is what you don't want to do. You need to have a balanced lifestyle, and for that balanced lifestyle, you need to find things that make you much more happier than spending money. So it can be reading books, it can be making YouTube videos, it can be coding, it can be website development, it can be skiing, surfing, knitting. There are plenty of hobbies that you can start that you would enjoy rather than spending more and more money to just make yourself happy. The third rule of money is that money acts like a magnet. Money attracts money. There is a famous saying that goes by, if you chase money, it runs. But if you make money, then it is a completely different game, because now you have put your money to work. Now your money is attracting more money. Now you have created passive sources of income that don't require your presence, that don't require you putting in 12 to 14 hours each and every day. So the key is that you need to make your money work for you. Now, how to do that? Well, the short answer or the single word for this is investing. Investing is very, very vital, because you need to counter inflation first, and second, you need to build passive sources of income that can keep on making you money over and over again. And the best way to do that will be, if you're making money from somewhere and if you're able to save a good chunk of money, then you need to start investing so that you can make your money work for you. Even if you're getting 10%, 15% per annum, that can compound over time. And as the great Warren Buffett has said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. So compound interest will really, really help you. Now, the fourth rule of money is that investing is very, very good. It is fine. But first, before investing, you need to create a safety net so that you can rely on that safety net if everything goes to hell. Times like these where people are losing their jobs, times like the 2008 recession, these are the times where people realize that how financially broke, how financially illiterate they were, that they didn't save anything, that they didn't invest anything, and they were just living paycheck to paycheck. The 2008 recession, the global pandemic that is going on right now, people are losing jobs. And if you have a safety net, then you can rely on that safety net, on that emergency fund for at least the next 6 months or 1 year, until and unless you get another job or the economy stabilizes. So before investing, first you need to create a safety net so that you can be peaceful at mind that, okay, even if everything goes bad, everything is destroyed, I have to start over, at least I have 6 to 12 months of my household expenses as an emergency fund. So it depends on you how much emergency fund you need. I would recommend to at least have 6 months of your household expenses saved up somewhere, so that that can be used whenever there is some crisis or some recession, or you have to change the job or whatever. So investing is key, but first save some amount so that you can have that as a safety net. The fifth, and I can't stress enough that how important this rule is, that you need to live below your means. You can't go on a shopping spree and you can't just spend all the money that you are earning just to make yourself happy, just thinking that, okay, today I'm spending money, tomorrow another paycheck will come, the month after that another paycheck will come. It will, obviously, but first of all, it is not certain that every month a paycheck will come. And even if every month the paycheck is coming, there will be some point in your time when you can't work anymore, when you can't go to the job, when your paycheck stops. So if you wait till that time, it will be too late. So what you need to do is you need to live below your means. Save as much as possible, invest as much as possible. Only after that you can surely say that, okay, I am all set for my future. I am all independent. I am financially very, very strong right now because I have an emergency fund. I have this investment. I have that passive income. I have this current income. So you need to prepare for the worst. Even if you're making 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, and you're living comfortably, you need to still plan for the worst, plan for the future, plan for yourself and your family members, and you need to first keep yourself financially safe and financially well off. And that will only happen if you live below your means. I've already made a video in which I've told you that how much percentage of your income should go towards your saving, towards your investment, and all these different things. So you can check that video from the I button above. Now, the sixth rule of money is that you need to build cash flow assets. Create a real estate portfolio, create a dividend stock portfolio, start a side hustle, start a small side business, so that your active income can be replaced, your active income can be supported by your secondary income, so that if in the future your active income stops, your secondary income is still over there. And I haven't met a person who is financially independent and just relies on one stream of income, because nothing is for certain. So you need to have 5 streams of income, 6, 10 streams of income. There are many people who have created 11, 12 streams of income by the age of 23, 24. I am also 24 right now and I have multiple streams of income. I have 5 plus streams of income that I have created. You can also do that. It is never too late to start. The only thing is that you need to have the will and you need to be dedicated towards whatever you are doing. See, passive income means it doesn't mean that you never have to work. You have to set up that thing, you have to work initially, but then it doesn't require your presence. That income stream doesn't require your active 8 to 10 hours each and every day. Maybe 2 hours in the whole week is enough for that income stream to maintain that passive income. That is what is called as passive income, and that is what will create your financial freedom. That is what will ensure your financial security, because this way you can create 5, 6, 7 streams of income that can pay you month after month over and over again. And the more you earn, the more you can save, the more you can invest, and the more you can put back into your business to make it more and more big and start making even more money. So these were basically the 7 rules of money. Money is a game. There are winners. The winners are the ones who abide by these rules, who follow these rules, who create multiple streams of income, who live below their means, and all of the things that I have talked about. And the losers are the ones who don't realize how financially poor they are until some calamity or some recession or some global situation strikes. So please be financially literate. Please be financially aware of your situation. So you need to follow these 6 rules of money if you want to win in this money game. That was basically it for today. Likes if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you loved it, and if you want to learn how you need to start investing, click on the video that is flashing on your screen right now, because I have told how you can invest your first $1,000 very, very profitably.